Welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at the new enchants on these spears. Everyone was so focused on the harpoon guns and how they have enchantments and that's something new to play around with the new combinations. People forgot to realize that they also did the same thing for spears. I've yet to look at a single enchant for them. I know there's enchant relic ones and cosmic relic ones. So we're going to go ahead and apply to probably the best spear in the game right now, the Poseidon spear that you get from getting Poseidon's Lance. I actually don't have all the spears in the game, but I've got the best three right here, so that's the ones we're going to be focusing on. And we're going to go ahead and get to it. We are going to try. Okay, I'm an idiot, and I forgot to make it night. The spear system is one that is kind of fun to kind of do every once in a while, but it's not necessarily one that I find the most enjoyment in. Ever since they improved the system to them, I do think it makes it more fun. Let's add a... Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. We want to enchant this, the spear. There we go. Now, there we go. Splintered. Increases piercing by 25%, but decreases handling by 10%. What we're going to do is we are going to enchant all three of them with different ones. Let me see how many cosmic relics I have. If I can type. I can't. We only have one cosmic relic. That's annoying. But let's look at the coral spear and let us slap an enchant relic on that. Frenzy. Every successful input in a row increases progress speed by 10. That sounds really good because all you have to do is spam left click, right click. Roll of Spear. Let's try this one out. Oh, we got Frenzy again. Ignore the Scurvy Rod that just popped up. That's for my Masterline passive. I actually just unlocked that today, by the way. Increases power by 25% and piercing by plus 15%. That is on the Royal Spear. So we are going to go out. Actually, let's do the Withered Spear as well. I honestly forgot I got the Withered Spear. Frenzy again. Let's try and get a more unique one. Pointy again. Okay, have we already ran the course? Okay, that's three of the same ones we've already got. Increases all stats by 20%. So plus 3 powering, minus 12 handle, or minus 2 handling. Why is it minusing? That's odd. Plus 0.6 on the piercing. Interesting. Okay, we're going to go up here into the ocean, and we are going to mess around with all four of these. And then, honestly, depending on which ones are the weakest, on what rods they are, I might try and reformulate them and see if I'm missing any. And we'll also see what cosmic relic we get and see how much that increases. Let's go hop in the ocean real quick, and let's go find us something to spear. Okay, where are all the fish? There's some over here. Increasing all stats by 20% is pretty good, even though that's probably the most simplistic one. Wow, we did that, like, immediately. Like, barely any clicks. But I'm gonna try and count. 1, 2, 3, it's barely any. It's barely any at all. I'll probably catch these guys even quicker. Yep, it's extremely quick. So, the Withered Spear is already one of the best ones in the game. It might be the second best. And increasing all of its stats by 20% is even better. So, it just makes the rod... It just makes the rod way better, to be honest. So, we're going to swap, and let's look at the Splintered. Decreases the handling by a lot, but the piercing goes up by 25, which makes it the highest one, I think, out of the ones I've got. You can definitely see it. That piercing also makes it fast, just like the Withered. Also, excuse my lisp. I have like a mouth sore at the bottom of my tongue. It's like making me lisp my words, and it is extremely annoying. You know, it would be really much easier if we whipped out my tiebreaker. There we go. Let's get this guy. The piercing definitely makes it go a lot quicker, and it happens a lot. Oh, I didn't even get it. Seems to happen way more sudden and way more frequent. See, catching a legendary fish, even though I know it's just a moonfish, catching a legendary fish happened really quickly there, compared to before we put the enchant on it. I do think adding enchants to these new spears or not new spears, but 2 spears is a really good idea just to make them better, make them more worthwhile doing. Let's go find us. I wish something like legendary or mythical would spawn besides a moonfish, like a colossal squid or something. That way we could really test this out. Let's get this sailfish right here. Yeah, catching anything but like below a legendary is happening really quickly. Like it's taking me barely any clicks at all, and it's what we're getting. So increasing piercing, the handling doesn't seem to matter that much, but that increasing like the piercing by a quarter is making a huge difference when it's already really high. Let's look at the frenzy, which if I'm not mistaken said every perfect input increases the progress speed. So I guess we'll just have to look at the bar. Let's go over here. We'll just look at the bar and see how much it increases. There's another moonfish. We'll go get him in a second. Get hit, fool. There we go. You can see it in the progress bar, but it'd probably be a little easier to notice it here. Every time like we hit the right one in order and we don't mess up like the order of hitting it, it increases and it goes from not as fast to much faster by the end. Like, I think by the end it got this like a plus 110 progress speed. Yeah, like plus 106, which is pretty good. Makes these really dope for catching specific things. Let's look at the next one. Pointy. Increases the power and the piercing by 15, 25% plus 15. This one kind of seems like a little... Oh, wow. That one might be better than what I've got on the Tide Crasher. Please come on. Are they like running away from me? What the heck? Are they? That's kind of cool if they are. I didn't know they did that. One click and one pierce and that was over with. But I mean, adding plus 15% to the piercing on top of the highest piercing rod in the rod onto the spear plus that 2 power. Wow, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the Royal Spear is still the best one in the game. I could have swore it was the Poseidon Spear because of the what's it called? I think it already had built-in piercing, but I could be wrong. It might be this one. And then adding pointy to it makes it even better. Let's go in here and we're just going to look at what the, wow, I've swam all the way over here. We're just going to go look and see what the Cosmic Relic we get is. I'm going to slap it, honestly, I'm going to slap it on my Royal Spear. I was going to slap it on my, my Poseidon's Lance, but I've changed my mind. We're just going to see what it looks like on the Royal Spear here. Why does my Royal Spear look like that? Oh, because it's saying... Okay, yeah, I bet it's saying my rod is the Poseidon's Lance, yeah. Because I equipped that. That's odd. Funny how that works. I wish whenever you actually had the spear in your hotbar, it would pop up somewhere on your character. But you never know. Maybe we'll get that next week with the deep. Let's slap my one and only Cosmic Relic on this and hope we get something good. Forgiving. Any input counts towards progress after 5 correct inputs in a row. Oh, that's pretty cool. So if you mess up once, it doesn't... I mean, it matters. But you're even more rewarded for... yeah, any input. So if I get 5 in a row, even if I mess up that 6th or 7th time... Sorry, I'm almost 20. It'll... it won't matter. So as long as you get those first 5 inputs correct, that's right. So even though I don't have a full list, and you know what? I'm actually going to pull up a full list of the Cosmic Relic enchants. I'm going to see if there's a list of ones for the spears. So right here, I'm looking at the spear enchanting on the... It looks like we've got 7 regular enchants and 3 cosmic enchants. Blunted, I don't know if we got that one. Plus 50 handling, minus power, and minus piercing. That one honestly doesn't sound that good because I don't think handling makes that big of a difference. We got Frenzy, plus 10% progress speed every successful input in a row, plus 50% spear range. Lunging, that seems kind of useless in my opinion. I think all the ranges are fine. Pointy is one that we messed around with. This one's Savage, plus 25% to strike twice on an input. That sounds pretty good. If you don't mess up the inputs, getting a chance to strike twice on a longer or a harder to catch fish. That's actually probably pretty good. We got splintered, plus 50% piercing, minus 10% handling, plus 20% boost to all stats. So in my opinion, you probably want, depending on what spear you have, you might want savage, but the ones you want are frenzy, pointy, savage, and superior. Oh, and splintered. So what I just said, four out of the three of them are all pretty good. Yeah, well, that one's useless, that one's useless. I'm trying to contemplate if savage in my head is better. I think savage is good, but I think compared to these other ones that you want, you probably like you probably don't really want this one that much. But let's look at the cosmic enchants. You get finisher plus 50% boost to all stats beyond 70% progress. So whenever you're almost done, what would that be? 3/4? No, that'd be three. Nah, I'm an idiot. That'd be 7/10. So I'm an idiot. I went to say 3/4. Whenever you're almost 3/4 of your way done with the catching the fish, you get a plus 50% boost to all your stats. So if you're using, excuse me, so if you're using like a really good spear, that actually probably helps a lot. Any input counts towards progress. That's one that we got. Plus 5% power, plus 5% piercing. That one's very simple. These three, yeah, I was about to say, there's only 3 on the harpoon guns as well. These 3 definitely seem the most, like, very simple, to be honest with you. Like, they don't really add that much. They're kind of like a little bit of icing on the cake, if that makes sense. Like, these 3 are not that big of a difference maker. The only one that really makes that big of a difference... Actually, I take that back. Forgiving is definitely the best one out of this. Even, like, this probably is extremely good on, like, a worse spear, one that isn't as good as the ones I have, like, in-game ones. And then the regular enchants are also pretty good. I feel like it'll be hard to notice the full effect of these until we have more opportunities of when to use the spears. Like, hopefully we get a hunt fish next week in the deep update where we literally have to use a spear or a harpoon gun, and we can really notice the effects of these. But I do think making spears better as a whole and giving more reason to use them is really good. It's a really good idea, and I think all these are pretty good. We'll go ahead and open back up fish. Hope you guys have a good day. Subscribe, like, comment. If you want to maybe see me go hunting something crazy with a spear, subscribe. Maybe I'll upload a video and you don't want to miss it, so you need to hit the bell. Subscribe, please. I love you guys.